for this piece, it's inspired by Salvador Dali's elephant and his space elephant sculpture. This is actually an assignment my kiddos are going to be doing where they create a new species but after looking at those works of art by Salvador Dali. So kiddos, if you're watching this early, just know that next week the artist and all that will be posted along with the assignment. But you're more than welcome to get a head start. So for the assignment, and honestly what I encourage anyone to do, is to pick your own animal. And you're going to change up your species. Like, so for example, maybe you're creating a turtle, but instead of a round shell, maybe he has a shell with like a jetpack on it so he can fly. So you can get that creative. Or it could be something like a fish that has really, really big fins, so when he swims through the water, he can swim faster. So I like this project because it just gives students the chance to get really creative and use their imagination. So I'm going to just give you a simple example of one way you could do this. So I'm just going to make a bird that's really, really tall. And the reason is that my bird is going to, doesn't like the snow and is afraid of cats. And so if my bird is really, really tall, those cats can't get to him. So I'm going to start with the letter U. And then I'm going to make my legs. So I'm actually going to make the leg come straight down. And I'm going to add another line right next to it. This is going to be a parallel line. It's parallel because the lines never touch. They go across each other and then go in the same direction. So when I get down here, I want to add my little bird's feet. And then up here, I'm going to add another leg, but this one's going to be bent. And then I'm going to add my bird's feet. So I got my bird's legs and the bottom of my bird's body. So I'm going to scoop back to make the rest of my bird's body, but I'm going to leave a little opening to add a head. So I'm scooping back, leaving this opening for a head. So I'm going to scoop around, kind of like a circle, but I'm leaving it open. And then I want to add my beak. So maybe my bird's like smiling, because he's got super long legs and now cats can't get to him. And I want to add his wing. And maybe he has another wing sticking out, like he's about to greet somebody. And then of course you want to add lines so that your bird has some feathers. And then I'm going to add, using like a round line, a tall round line, and coming back, I'm going to add some feathers at the tail. So there's lots of ways to add details to your picture. I can go across, add some lines on my legs. Okay. And then this is where you can have fun and start to decorate your background. You can also add, you can make your bird spotted. And again, it doesn't have to be a bird. You're creating a new species of animal. The idea is to give that species a purpose. So like they have some weird or strange or new feature about them that makes them unique, but also lets them do something different. Like in our case, our bird is avoiding cats. And so I'm gonna draw a little cat down here looking up at the bird, as if to be like, hey, I can't reach you. So I have his little paw sticking out. So my cat's just looking at my bird. Can't reach him. Bird's happy. He's kind of a gigantic bird now, and that's okay. I could get really fun with it and put some random things in the background. Maybe there's a flying saucer in the background, because why not? The idea with this creation is to let your imagination run wild. So I'm going to have my flying saucer in the background. And he's going to be abducting a cow. So I'm just adding a little cow. Keep him simple. Alright, so now my cow's being abducted by a flying saucer. And then I might have a rainbow stretching across, because you know what? It's a beautiful day, despite there being a flying saucer. So I'm trying to make sure I have enough sections for my rainbow, because your rainbow should have 6 colors. So you should have 6 spaces if you're drawing a rainbow. Alright. So I have my rainbow, I have my flying saucer, and let's just add some grass using a zigzag line. And I got my really cool bird. And this could even be like a space bird now. Because, I mean, space birds, that could be a whole new species. Maybe the space bird came from space, of course. And that's why his legs are so long and he's so big. And that's his ship abducting a cow because they want some milk. They're going to make some chocolate milk up on the spaceship. And they have a lot of cats on their planet, so that's why they had to adapt and grow really long legs. So you could take this really far and get creative. I'm going to add some color to it. And so again, because I'm having fun with this, I'm going to make these spots purple. And this would be a great opportunity to just have fun, use lots of different colors. And then I want to go ahead and color my bird. I'm going to color my bird green, like this greenish yellow. So he's like a greenish yellow with purple polka dots. And try to make sure when you're coloring, you're going side to side. That's gonna help keep your lines looking less scribble-scrabbled. I wanna take some of my light green and blend that into my picture. Just a little bit of dark green at the edges. Just a little bit. My bird is looking pretty spacey right now. I like him. He's from out of this world. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some color to my bird's legs. I'm going to just use an orange. And then I want to color my rainbow. So when you color a rainbow, there is an order that the colors go in. So you want to start with red. They call it Roy G. Biv, and that stands for red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then violet, which is just another way of saying purple. So I'm going to use my orange. My yellow. And while I have this yellow, I'm going to color his beak. Green. Blue. And then last will be purple. So that is my rainbow in Roy G. Biv order. And there's a reason it's in that order, and I'll go over that in just a moment. So when you go in this order for your rainbow, it's kind of like how you would mix your colors. That's what the order is based on. So for example, you would mix red and yellow to get orange. You'd mix yellow and blue to get green. And then imagine if your rainbow continued in that pattern, red would come back here. So then you'd mix red and blue to get your purple. So that's why the rainbow is in that order. It helps artists remember how to mix colors. All right, so I'm coloring my flying saucer, spaceship. I'm gonna add a little bit of shading. And then I'm gonna use, well, I'm gonna go ahead and color my cow real quick. Give him a little pink snout. And then work on my grass. And you can see that this is definitely a picture from my imagination. And that's the purpose of this drawing and tutorial and assignment, is really just to get you thinking about your imagination, how you can get creative, let things go run wild, you know? It doesn't have to be realistic. Almost finished with our Salvador Dali inspired species drawing. New species. This is my space bird. And then I'm gonna color my cat. I'm making orange. Okay, and then finally I just want to color the light that's coming from my spaceship. So I'm gonna use this yellowish green. It's very light yellowish green. And then I can use some of my lime green. Color that too around the edges. And there we go. I I have my flying saucer picking up my cow. I have my new species of space bird. There's a rainbow going through the background. And then I have my cat, because cats like birds, but in this case, the cat can't get the bird because his legs are really long. So I really hope you have fun with this piece, and it lets your imagination run wild. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.